All right, let's have a look here, see if it's actually working. See if it's actually working here. I'm not sure yet. Takes a few minutes until things kick in, so I don't really know. Hold on. I'm just checking the sound system over here. See if that all works. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's put the little song on. If you wish for a simple miracle, if you wish, you can have it right away. All you need is some faith, is the will. Ask for it, and it will come to you today. Hey, hey, I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Na da da da, na da 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 da. Do 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 do. La da 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 da, da 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 da. If you wish to be in this state of grace, ask for it. Hey everybody, hi, nice to see you. Hello, 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 hello. True Friction. Hey Precious, hi Trinity. Hi Amy. Hey Constance, I see you. I want you to be so happy. I see you. I see you, people. Yeah, yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Yeah. La da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Greetings, yeah, yeah. I want you to be so happy. Yeah, yeah. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah. Hey, Primary. Hey, Rohit. Hey, Giggles. Nice to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, gay updates on the blue moon. Yeah, good luck. Have fun. Taste your dreams this way. Tina Miller. Nicole. Hi, Nicole. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. Hold on a second. Stay there. I just want to mess with the sound. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay. Let's see. Paula Gaskins. Greetings. Abby's in the house. Hey, Abby. Right on the open the door. Maria, hi. Hey, Jenny. Yeah, it's like we got there's a few people. Yeah. Kitten Candy. Tina Miller. Yeah, Tina. I guess it's Tina, right? Hi, Abby. Hey, Precious. Yeah, Precious. Welcome. Red Vixen. I don't remember. Have you ever been here before, Red Vixen? Hello. 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 Nicolia. Nicolia Gildon. Sarah Villanueva. Ms. Marie. Ivona. Hi, Ivona. How are you doing? How are you doing? Raven L. Constance LLA. LLA. Kitten Candy. Kitten Candy. What is that? Okay, okay. Delia, hi, Delia. Hello, Raven. Thank you. I got it. I see all the pink hearts. I got you. Courtney Savoy. You definitely sound like very high-end pate. You know, the like caviar. Like you're very high end, very, very high end. So there you go. True friction. Isis Harden. Hey, Isis, hi. I don't recognize that. Taylor Cruz, hello, good evening. Tanya, good evening. Light Flower, yes. Lauren Ellen Smith, yes. The the proper name, Laura Ellen Smith. Ms. or Esquire or Esquiress. Hey, Ingrid. Good evening, good welcome. How's the art going? Rachel Elizabeth, yes, hello, good evening. Yay. Sarah, Illinois. Carsona, South Africa. Am I correct? Carsona, South Africa. South Africa. South Africa. Did I get that right? Amy Highmore. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, I've got to go back to this tune again. I got to do some notes here. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. Hold on. If you wish for a simple miracle, if you wish, you can have one right away. All you need is some faith, is the will. Ask for it, and it will come to you today. Jerry the Pope. Constant, be so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams, taste your dreams, taste your dreams, taste your dreams this way. Yeah. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. And if you wish to be in a state of grace, ask for it, and it will meet you face to face. And if you wish, if you dare to dream, you will find that it's easier than it seems. Hey, I want you to be so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Oh. La da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, yeah. I want you to be so happy. Yeah. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams. Oh no. Taste your dreams. Oh no. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams today. Yeah. Okay, well, there you go, people. Thank you for showing up. Lovely to see you, Jerry the Pope, Carsona. Yeah, so, okay. First things first, someone very, very astutely, very, very smart, very, let's say, in tune, mentioned the blue moon. I don't know if it's a blue moon, but I have a feeling you're talking about the eclipse coming up on this week. I think it's Wednesday, roughly. You know, it's somewhere in there. So, yeah, isn't this going to be fun? So this is just a generic chart for the whole planet. And it looks kind of weird here, but let's just put Aries on the horizon for everybody. And there's Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So what's going on? Now, first of all, this is just a universal chart, okay? But it could be for anybody. So if, for example, just so that you understand what we're doing here, if you're a Capricorn, this chart would look like this, okay? If you're a Libra, the chart would look like this. If you're a Cancer, the chart would look like this. Whoa, what's going on? And so on. So we can tweak it however we want. Now, don't get too dizzy. Don't fall off the bus. All right. Hold on to the handrails. Let's hold on to the handrails, people. So this is just one little moment of astrological weather. You probably noticed it in the general reports. I added a lot of little spices of astrology notes for most of the reports because it's really hard to avoid what's happening right now with the eclipses, the Aquarius Leo full moon here, and then we got the new moon Aquarius right here. On top of that, we just started the big Saturn in Sagittarius journey for the next 3 years for all of us, okay? That's over here. We did something, we played with that last week. But let's have a look. So you probably figured out with this full moon coming up, let's just say it's like Wednesday, okay? So what's going to happen is the moon is going to be over here in Leo, right? So the moon moves very quickly. It's just going to be there for a couple of days-ish, sort of. And it's going to move through that part. It's going to move through Leo. So wherever Leo lies in your chart, that's where the moon is going to be. It could be anywhere. Let's just say you're an Aries, okay? So the moon would be over here in your solar 5th house. Love, fun, romance, creativity, excitement, thrills, risks, being just awesome, having fun, being happy, understanding, knowing, joy. Like being a happy kid, running around in the snow, playing on your sled, or, shooting a potato gun, or playing your favorite games and just, it doesn't even matter whether you're winning or losing. It's just all about having fun and being happy and doing whatever it does to make that happen. So the moon is there. And in my experience as a reader, what I notice is that a lot of the times the moon tends to cast the sense of doubt wherever it lies. It's just a feeling, and it just is transit. But because it's going to light up that part of your life. And what my feeling is that, like if you're an Aries, it would light up that part of your life to do with romance. Like, oh my gosh, what's actually happening in my love life? What am I actually doing with my creative self-expression? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Am I getting it right? Am I getting it wrong? I don't know. But the full moon eclipse is going to make it very evident. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it in your bones. So if you're a Scorpio, for example, you would be feeling it over there in your career, your destiny, your place in this world. Like, oh my gosh, how much do people really want out of me? Am I going to have to be some kind of rock star, all over the page? Even though I'm a Scorpio and all I really want to do is keep myself to myself, I don't care if nobody knows me. I'm very happy living invisibly, whatever it is. But let's just say wherever this lies, there could be a sense of like an awakening, like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing it all come to the surface, what I'm doing wrong, how I've done things wrong, or what's not working. And at the same time, you're getting a glimpse of what does work and all the amazing things that are happening. And the moon's lighting it up. It's like walking into your basement of a house, like a spooky old house, and you're walking down the stairs like in a creepy, weird horror movie, and you've got the candle blowing, and you go down the stairs, and you're wondering if the lights work. You flick the lights on, and you look around, and you see all this amazing, cool stuff. But you see all the other stuff that creeps you out too. It's not working. So wherever that is, that's what's happening. Now, at the same time, because it is an eclipse and it is a full moon, it's opposing the sun. And the sun is over here, down here in Aquarius, and over in the, you know, on this chart for Aries, that would be in the 11th house. So coincidentally, well, it's not coincidence. The eclipses are very much to do with the evidence of the lunar node journey, the nodal axis. So right now, I don't know if any of you have watched the Terra Lumination North Node eclipse videos, but the North Node eclipse is very, very active right now. The moon is going to be sitting right on top of the North Node. So it's going to be like a wake-up call. Hello, hello, everybody. Are you paying attention? Because there's no going back here. We're talking about the North, our collective journey. We're all on this journey to become our brighter, more courageous, more loving, more happy, self-loving, no apologies self. And what does that mean? Because that's our North Node collective journey. It means leaving behind everything and anything that is not that. And so with the Aquarius South Node here being very heavily lit up by the sun and a couple other planets, it's an indication of what's not working in your community, in your environment, in your hopes for this world, in your invisible, non-egoic self. So it's like realizing, oh my gosh, I've been giving away everything to like my surroundings, my group, my tribe, my people, at the expense of myself. And now I want to be happy. It's time for me to be happy. And there's no apologies here. It's time for me to be happy in wherever this lies in your chart. It is time for you, whoever you are, whatever your sign, to be happy and bright and courageous and have fun in that part of your chart. And stop giving it all away, giving away all that love to what you think is like the ideal, the idealized community, how everything should be working according to, you know, like theories. And realizing, well, wait a minute, you've only got a certain amount of time on this planet. You can't just keep giving it away forever. I mean, it's very noble to be so Aquarian and have so many strong Aquarian tendencies to want to be there for the community and what's right for everybody. So everything works right for everybody, almost having like an utopian philosophy and approach to life where you're just part of it all. But instead, please wake up. It's okay to be a human and allow yourself to have some of your own joy and happiness too. So that's going to become very stark at this moment for everybody somewhere. So if, for example, you are an Aquarius, you're really going to feel this eclipse. If you are a Leo, you're really going to feel the eclipses, okay? Because they're coming right down on top of you. Let's leave. I want to leave this at that for now. That was enough astro chatter, astro chit chat about that. But I wanted to do another little doodle. You know how I love to do my doodles, okay? So now I'm glad to see you're chatting amongst yourselves. That's good because I can't help you with these things. You have to figure it out for yourself. You have to figure out your own chart and stuff. We can do that. This is not an astrology channel, okay? Tarot Lumination is tarot lumination. It's not astro lumination. But, you know, we do squeeze in a little bit of spices and sprinkles now and again for the astrology because it just happens that the protocol is established that all these tarot readings on YouTube are done according to our the zodiac signs. And it seems to work. The reality is, like if you come here for a private reading, it doesn't matter what your sun sign is or moon sign or rising. It doesn't matter about any of it. You're going to get a tarot reading, which is more like mediumship, okay? It's a little different. But anyway, let's get back to that eclipse. So imagine you're in a big, tall building, okay? I did this the other night with a private client. Okay. Okay. Floor number 1, and then floor number 2. So think of life as a journey, okay? Let's do it like this. You're constantly evolving. What's happening now? What's next? What's next? What's next? We live in this construct called time. So with the eclipses, there's no way out of this. The eclipses have a tendency to open doors and close doors, but there's no going back. So I'm using this little analogy that we did the other night with one of the private client readings. So let's say this is your life here right now, and you're living on this floor, okay? And you know you're going to get up tomorrow and live the rest of your life. But the eclipses are coming, and the eclipses make you feel as though you're being squeezed into this elevator. Okay, right here, right here. You're going into that elevator right here. Oh, and then the elevator moves. 2 weeks later, the elevator is up here to the next floor. Okay, so I'll do another picture and you'll understand what I'm talking about in a moment. Let's do it like this, just like we did. Okay. And now the elevator is up here. Okay, so you just went all that way over the 2-week period. It took 2 weeks to get from there to there. Now, whether it's the full moon to the new moon or the new moon to the full moon, it kind of doesn't matter because the eclipses just move on anyway. But up to here, when you get up to here and you get out, okay? Now, the thing about this analogy is that this is one of those elevators where it has a door on each side. Have you ever been inside of those? There's like a utility elevator. You walk in from one side and then the door closes and you walk out the other side. Okay, well, here's the trick with the eclipses. Watch this. Let's see if this works, people. Okay, pretend we didn't see that. You start here. You get into the elevator and the door closes behind you. 2 weeks later, you're up here at the second floor. Your next level of evolution. Thank you very much. But this time, because it's one of these type of elevators, this door stays closed, but this door opens. So now you're here. The only way out is forward. So you can see with the eclipses, there's no escape. There's no going back. The only way you can go forward is from here to here to here. It's an evolutionary step. It's irreversible for all of us. From here up to the next step and out onto the next step. Literally like climbing stairs. You can't go back. This door is shut. You can't go forward from here unless you're willing to get on the elevator and go. If you insist on staying here and you don't get on the elevator because you're too scared, what happens is you get stuck in an evolutionary tide pool, backlogged, and it's almost like condemning yourself to devolution, going backwards in terms of your evolution. So, as scary as it can be at times, the healthy thing to do is just get on the elevator, get up, and get out the other side and just keep going. Okay? So that's what we're talking about with this eclipse here. However it works out for you. Okay? So there you go. Wasn't that fun? That was not planned. I have to tell you, people, none of this stuff was planned, but one of you asked, and so we decided to tell a little story. There you go. Laura Ellen Smith, it's okay. You don't have to be lost. Laura Allen, if you have to, you know, I'm, this show, as you figured out, this show is kind of a way to keep the channel going and keep people interested. Like if you want private readings, if there's a lot of stuff going on that you can't understand and that you can't handle, that's the whole point, is that we do private readings here. I don't want to scare you, but as you know, you probably saw the videos, the prices have gone way up. Okay? It just happened, and I'm sorry to scare people away. And it's just that I could not keep up. I simply could not keep up with the way things were. I was doing too many readings for too little compensation. So I had to really swap it out. So I'm probably going to end up getting too few readings or whatever. I don't know. But if you need help, we can do this. So again, this is not an astrology channel, but you don't have to be lost. Okay, Laura Ellen Smith. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can explain that again. You know, I can't really do anything more on the show right now. Or if you need to, we can do things like private readings. Yes, it's expensive, but you can understand how this story here, this analogy here, getting on board here, 2 weeks later, you get off at the next elevator, evolutionary leaps where there's no going back in terms of your spiritual evolution. And that's what's going on here with this eclipse, and especially with the big new moon eclipse in the middle of February. It's going to be all about the South Node. We're all going to be starting to feel like, where are we going wrong? What is it we have to leave behind in the Aquarius part of ourselves? Somewhere in our chart, you have an Aquarius angle, and that's where you are evolving from, and you're moving towards the Leo, okay? So if you want to, go back and watch the North Node Leo eclipse videos, and it might help you understand things better. So Lauren Allen Smith, if you didn't understand any of this stuff, it might help if you watch the Tarot Lumination North Node video playlist. It's there on the channel somewhere if you click the playlists, okay? And it might help you. Yay. Yay. So Jerry the Pope is getting on the elevator. Thank you. Precious, can you see how your comment was like flagged? Do you know why it was flagged, Precious? Is because you used the word ASS. There are a lot of filters on this channel now, people. Filters. The filters are for bad words. Now, there are a lot of bad words that people use, and a lot of them have now been factored into the channel. And anybody who uses a bad word, and you all know what they are, then the comments are blocked or deleted or flagged or held for review or blocked for spam or reported for abuse. So I'm just letting you know there are a lot of filters now on Tarot Illumination channel, and a lot of it is to do with the words, and we had to do that in order to comply with the community guidelines to keep the channel going, because anybody can watch this channel, even little kids. And I know Precious Moments, I know you sometimes let your little kids watch because it is fun. It's kind of weird. It's fun weird, okay? Hey, All Sun is in the house, people. All Sun's here. All Sun's in the house. Hold on. All right, stay there. Don't go away. Hold on. Hold on. Stay there, people. I need a beverage. This is my cranberry juice, as you know. It's going to be another short show tonight because I've been doing a lot of readings, and my voice is very fragile, and I need to keep going over the next few days, very, very gently. And I tend to get very excited on the shows, and I talk too long and I talk too much, and then I can't talk the next day. Sorry about that. But anyway, so yes, I'm still going to do some live readings. I'm going to try and do a few little live mini readings tonight, but it's going to be very few. Basically, because I'm trying to save my body, save my voice, because I didn't realize how exhausting I was getting on some of the shows and doing all the private readings together. It was just too much for me. So yeah, Laura Ellen Smith, if you want to, you can just write into terralumination.com if you have any serious questions, and I will direct you to the videos. Okay. So okay. Hold on. Okay, asked a question. How much are the readings? I just saw that. Oh, giggle. Don't be scared about getting on the elevator. The reality is you can't really get on. You can't really not get on it. Even if you try to stay off the elevator, you're going to get squeezed some way, somehow. Okay? Now, the prices. Somebody asked, what are the prices? Prices. So, yeah, let's go. If you go to, like, for anybody who's actually interested in a private reading, it's you just go to terralumination.com. There is an actual website called terralumination.com, and you can get there through the channel, but I'm just telling you now. And the prices used to be super cheap, and I got a lot of readings, tons and tons of readings, and I get it, okay? But I burned out. I completely burned out. I was exhausted, and I really couldn't cope. And I was getting a lot of encouragement, and I got a lot of feedback from clients and viewers about what do we do. So we decided we're just going to raise the prices, and that's it. There's no way out of it. So basically, when you go to terralumination.com, you'll just see it's just a regular tarot website, and you can buy your readings. You go to PayPal. So there's already a video about this, but I'll put the video up again. So you go to terralumination.com, and you can choose your reading. And then there's a little video tutorial that shows you how to do all that stuff. You can watch the tutorial. Oh, hold on, stay there. Stay there. terralumination.com. So you go to terralumination.com and you'll see everything. There is a tutorial video about how to actually do the private videos, private readings, because we're using the most advanced software possible. So that's step one. Step two, if you decide you want to get one, then you buy it through PayPal. So you go to the page that says purchase your reading. Okay, so you go there and it's basically a PayPal button. And so there's two choices right now. There's the basics, essentials. Okay, and that is $33.33. It's not a live reading, but it's kind of like watching your own video. We do a private reading for you, and I just send you a link, and that's it. You don't have to tell me anything about who you are. I don't need to know your sun sign, your moon sign, or anything. Okay? It's very, very, let's say, mediumistic. Okay? And that's the most affordable thing we can do now. I used to do these things live and recorded. It's just too much work. There's so much work behind the scenes just to get ready to do the videos and then to do the administration afterwards. So I really had to, basically everything has become a lot more expensive. Let's put it that way. So the essentials is $33.33. You get a nice proper reading, but it's not live. It is not live. Like right now we're live. This is, if your essentials reading, it's not live. You can get the next reading up is the complex. Okay, and this is 77.77, and it is a live reading. Okay? So that's how it works. It is a live reading. It's just like this, only it's just Tarot Illumination and you. And we go for at least 77 minutes, whatever that is, you know, an hour and a half or something. It's a long, heavy duty, very in-depth reading. I've done a lot of these readings. Whenever people buy readings, it's almost 95% the complex readings. I mean, the little ones are fun, but when people make a decision to get a reading, they typically, you know, they decide, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And I've had a lot of good luck with doing these readings. So if you get the complex reading, you go to the PayPal page, you just click the button and you put the PayPal money in. You don't even have to have a PayPal account. You can use your credit card or debit card. You scroll down the page and you just go choose credit, choose debit, clickety click, do the payment just like you do shopping at any online shopping, do the payment, and then it comes over here to Tarot Illumination, and then we start chatting by email so we can schedule and arrange your reading. I've done readings all over the world, everywhere from India to Estonia, Germany, England, France, Ireland, South Africa, South America, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Philippines, wherever you can think of. It's not a problem, and we use the private Zoom system. Anyway, you asked how much is it? It's either 33.33 or 77.77. Now I did a lot of homework on pricing, and what I discovered is that there are very few tarot readers who do live private personal readings. And the ones who do it are charging probably at least double this amount, okay? So it's still a good deal. The next thing is that it's like when we do this, it's best if you just arrive without any expectations, because really the reading takes over itself. It's like Tarot Illumination is really just, I'm just a conduit, okay? The real energy, let's put it this way. If this is Tarot Illumination, okay? Tarot Illumination is really just a conduit, and the reading is done between the energy of heaven, your angels, my angels, all of our angels, and yourself. And Tarot Illumination is simply like a conduit. It's like a, you know, internet cable, or like a hose, or an electrical extension cable. That's all it is. That's all we're doing here. That's all I do at Tarot Illumination. I don't, it's like my ego doesn't exist here. Myself doesn't exist. When we do a reading, Tarot Illumination simply becomes a conduit so that the energy coming in from heaven that you need to know comes out to you. And what you see is what we call a tarot reading. It's just like this, but it's for you. All right. So that's kind of how that works. Thank you for asking, and I hope I answered your question. Now, guess what, people? I think we got that, didn't we? All right. That's enough of that. So it's prices have gone up. It's 33.33 or it's 77.77. So that's it. Next. All right, here we go. I had another chart. Hold on. Stay there. Don't go away. All right. We got some work to do. Stay there. Yes, happy-go-lucky. You figured it out. You figured it out. Yes. Happy-go-lucky. One of the things we're going to do tonight is like a questions and answer thing and some surveys, because I'm doing a lot of homework right now to improve the channel, to get the quality higher for you guys, to make it work better over here for Tarot Illumination, so that it is like a sustainable business. Because right now it works very much on it's not volunteer, because money comes in from the private readings and a little tiny bit from the channel itself for the Google thing. But I want to grow it to the point where the channel is self-sustaining. So I need to ask you guys these questions, but we'll get back to that. All right. Yeah, you'll see in a minute. So I'm glad you're all making buddies with yourselves and each other. There's a lot. I have some very pertinent questions I want to ask you guys tonight. Hold on. Stay there. It's thirsty work sometimes. Like you said, let's just do it for kicks. We did it last time. Let's do a little group tower reading, and then we'll pull a couple of names for, you know, we'll just do a couple of names if I can get a couple private readings in here. Okay. Nobody won the scarf yet. The scarf raffle is closing on Wednesday night on the full moon. It doesn't matter what. I'm not going to do any more promotions for the scarf. It's been going on for so long. It's taken so long to promote the tickets and sell the tickets, and I still haven't sold enough, but I can't handle it anymore. It's just too much work to promote the raffle. We need to move on. So I'm going to close out the raffle, and whoever wins, wins, and you're going to be lucky. So, you know, what can I tell you? There will be a live video for the raffle drawing, so don't worry about that. Okay? All right. Let's just do a little quick group reading for all of us here tonight in the room, okay? Just for kicks. Hi, Jenny. So, hey, Jenny, while you're there, I don't know if this moderator button is working or not. I have no idea. So I'm going to try and take some notes here, Jenny, but if you pick up and hear things, it would help a lot, and we can talk about it later. But I'm going to be asking questions tonight and kind of like surveying, getting your opinions, your thoughts, your feedbacks on a few things that concern Terra Lumination, all right? And it concerns all of us. You'll see when we get there. Let's just do this reading, okay? So, dear angels, dear wonderful angels, you are here with all of us tonight in this quiet, intimate little setting. Let's have a look. I wish I could do a smaller spread because this is a lot of work to do the big. All right, let's just do it, okay? Cards are shuffled, you saw that. And we're going to do it. This is for all of us, okay? It's like a private reading for all of us. It's just going to be a real quickie, okay? I'm going to use a full spread like we do in the general. Keep it broad. It's a journey. Think of it, all of us here around a campfire. Basically, I know it sounds corny and old-fashioned, but just we're all holding hands here, all right? We're all holding hands, sharing our energy, sharing ourselves. It's like connecting a whole load of batteries together to get a lot more power than we could on our own, okay? It's all about what Abby was talking about anyway, which is the whole Terra Lumination love tribe thing. Really, Terra Lumination is kind of like a portal for you guys to hang out, because when you squash it all together, it's so much more powerful than Terra Lumination can be on its own. Terra Lumination, you know, it's a channel, it's a portal, it's a platform, and you'll see what we're talking about when we get to the questions. Okay, let's have a look. Heart, at the very, very core, what's happening here? The very core. Legacy, what are we bringing in with us? Okay. What about the present? How are we handling ourselves in the now, where all of our power lies? What about our decisions? Are we making loving, healthy decisions that work for us? And if so, how is that looking? What does that look like? Also, let's have a look here on the premise that it's all about bringing greater love in, bringing it in by invocation. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our lives from up above. So, how do we do that? Decision by decision. We're bringing it in. And how do we do that most effectively right now for tonight, just for now, so that it works for us, for each of us, for as individuals and as for the whole family, so to speak? So let's say we are effective, then this would be consequential energy. When we're messing up and we think that our life is just a random, series of roller coaster events, then this would feel more like fate. Now, when we are conscious in our present, in our now, and we are actively making our decisions deliberately and consciously, we are knowingly facing the land of opportunity, the land of risk, the land of unknown, the land of what if. So, what if you mess up on your decisions? What does that look like? What if you make a good decision that brings love to your heart, the love that your heart needs and wants and deserves and desires and has to have? What does that look like? And if so, what are the prospects from there? Because we have to keep going, okay? So I'm hoping you see that as a heart shape, okay? And with this at the very core, you could say this is the very core of us right now, beating and pulsing. Circumstantially, what have we got? This is weather. I know a lot of you are in the cold right now. It's actually kind of warm over here. I've got the desert weather. It's very moderate. Other countries, I don't know what your weather is right now. Let's have a look. Okay. Ha! Whoa. Okay. So I have a feeling that this is very much to do with the full moon coming up, where it's like it's a real chance for us to literally take that leap into the unknown, get on that elevator, and just go for it. If you watch the North Node Leo eclipse videos, it is really like going on an adventure where we all realize we're all on this wonderful, huge, magical mystery tour called life. Now, you might think that life is literally just a series of, grinding, painful events, but it's more than that. It's a huge, huge adventure where we get the chance to learn and evolve and grow. We can make huge mistakes and we can make huge successes. And it's all okay. All of it's okay. So right now, my feeling is that the circumstances are absolutely perfectly aligned for us to let's just get on the same bus together with whoever you are, whatever you've got, whatever's in your backpack, whatever is in your private personal stash of candy bars, Tupperwares, flasks, juices, survival gear, cell phones, extra batteries, whatever it is you've got with you, your wisdom, your knowledge. And we just circumstantially to say, okay, we're going to get in the elevator together. A massive elevator with the door that opens on this end, and then we're all going to hang out and get in there, and we're going to get out the elevator on the other side and start the new adventure. It's going to be weird and trippy, man. Okay? What's going on at the core? Okay, we're coming in with some big cards, people. So let's just say this is literally about transformation. We've gone over this a few times in the group readings. Let's go over it again now. We've got Jupiter in Scorpio. Okay, this is very much to do with Jupiter in Scorpio. This is all about deep transformational healing, vibrational energy healing at the very core, the very pit of your soul. It is the systematic shredding, cutting, scything away, the purging, the releasing of all the stuff that no longer is yours, so that the new stuff that is good for you can come to you, because that's what the heart wants. The heart wants to transform. And Jupiter in Scorpio is here helping us to transform. It's deeply profound, transformational energy healing. The heart knows it, and the heart is saying, come on, people, come on, person that is owning my heart. The heart lives at the very core, but a lot of the times we override what our heart tells us by using our brain, our ego, or our ambitions, or desires, or circumstances, and we have a strong tendency to ignore the heart. And the heart has to have what it needs. And the heart is crying out for deep soul transformation. So bring it on. In other words, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. We're going to get in the elevator together. The doors are going to close behind us. There's no going back. It's going to evolve and grow, take us to the next floor. The door's going to open, and we're going to all pile out on a new journey. It's literally like going on a magical mystery tour. You get on the bus, you zoom along, and then you get off the bus to a completely new place. And then you start all over again. So what are we bringing on the bus with us? Our amazing courage. Thank you very much, dear Terra Lumination Love Tribe. This to me is an indication that it's almost like, well, if TL can do it, then we can do it. And then someone else says, well, if Lauren Allen Smith can do it, then Giggle can do it. And then if Giggles can do it, then Indigo says, well, I can do it. If Indigo says I can do it, then M Knox can do it, and then MC can do it, and then everybody can do it. And we all become an inspiration to each other, and we operate as though we are magnificent, indestructible, indefeatable, divinely inspiring to ourselves and each other. It's like we are indestructible as a team. Thank you very much. Woo! Sorry, I got really carried away there. What about the now? Whoa! And yet we are hanging on. We are hanging on by a thread to get through our own personal doo-doo. Yes, the heart wants what it wants. And yes, we are going to be very courageous, and we are going to inspire each other. You know, Delia is going to inspire Kelly. RLQ Height is going to inspire Lena. All right? It's almost like, you know, getting ready for a huge journey, and everybody says, okay, we're going to do this. You're going to do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. You're going to do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. We're all going to do it. And then you get on, and then you do it. And you know, you're all of you walking on that bus, on that magical mystery tour, with a whole ton of baggage and stresses and scary things that you don't want to deal with, but you know you have to deal with it. And that's just your legacy. This is your legacy. You're bringing your courage in with you, but it's affecting you right now, because it's like you're walking onto the bus, like we're loading onto the bus in the next few days, knowing we all have huge issues and huge challenges that are going to be, let's say, become very evident at these eclipses, and there's no way out of it. And we're all of us doing our extreme best to deal with it. And we all understand that we have, all of us in our own way, painted ourselves into our own corners. But now we have a chance to figure out and solve some of our issues in a group environment, okay, where you don't have to feel isolated and alone. So what about making these decisions? Yeah, well, we have the decision card here. It's on the understanding that you have the right to wig out. In other words, if you're getting on the elevator and you're going on this magical mystery tour and you're heading into the great unknown, and you have absolutely no idea what's going to happen when you get out of the bus on the other side, when you get out of the elevator on the other side, which is going to be the middle towards the end of February, it doesn't matter. Your decisions are your decisions, whatever they are. If you decide you need to sit in the bus for a while and hang out, it's okay. If you decide you want to do this, then that's okay. If you decide you want to do that, then that's okay. But it's in a group environment, and it's going to affect what you decide to do affects everybody, and what everyone else decides to do affects you. So the phenomenon of decision making, the process of decision making, is going to become accentuated here, where you're going to realize, oh my God, it is through the process of decision making. It is through the healing power of our decisions to either say yes to this or no to that, or no to this and yes to that. It's a decision, and that's how you allow the transformation to flow and evolve and move on, one decision at a time. And when you consciously make the decisions to do that, you are bringing in the transformation that your heart wants and needs and has to have. If you are defaulting and wavering, then the decisions will be made for you. If you pretend you're on the bus, then everyone's going to look at you and they're going to say, you know what? You know what, Nikki Oldacre? You can't just sit on the bus. We're going to drag you out here on the magical tour with us. Thank you very much. Okay? And then you say, okay, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then, essay Vernier, if you say, it's okay, I figured it out. I'm willing to walk outside the front door first. I can handle it. I'm going to make a decision. And then someone else says, okay, well, if she can do it, then I'm going to do it. Okay? So how are we going to do this? How are we going to make these decisions in a way that actually bring out the transformation that we need so that we can, let's say, live through our problems, take our maximum courage, do it like as a team effort, there's power in numbers so that it works for you, so that you're not left on your own struggling to figure out all your decisions on your own. You can make decisions in a group environment. It's like having a vote. We're very lucky in the United States. We have a democracy where you can vote for things. Okay, how are we going to do this? My feeling here is to allow yourself to be inspired. With the Seven of Cups here, this card has been coming a lot in readings lately, just so that you know, people. My feeling here is to allow yourself to dream. Okay? In other words, what do they call it? A collective dream, a group dream, where we all have the same dream. It's okay to share the same dream. If you want to get on a magical mystery tour where everybody decides to subscribe to the same dream, we all want to grow, we all want to evolve, we all understand that we have to go through deep soul spiritual transformation, we're just going to do it. We're just going to do it as a team on a crazy bus ride together, no matter how scared we are. No matter how paralyzed we might be, no matter how much we might have painted ourselves into a corner, it doesn't matter. It's all about like democracy here. It's all about the people. And while you're on the bus and doing this thing, imagine you're rolling along in the bus. The full moon comes next week, in the middle of the week. A few weeks later, the new moon eclipse happens, and that's a big deal for everybody. While you're on this period, allow yourself to talk about your dreams and wishes and desires with the person who's sitting next to you on the bus. It's okay to do that. Like, hey, who are you? Like, hi, Adina. I have never met you before. My name's Jerry the Pope. What's up with you? What's your dream? And then Liz Wolfe says, oh, hey, do you mind if I sit next to you? I heard your story. That sounds kind of cool. What's your problem? And then someone else can tell you, oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe how effed up I am. I made so many crazy decisions in my life. I got so effed up by so many people. I had no idea. Now look at me. I'm a complete mess. And then someone else says to you, oh, it's okay. I'm Indigo Child. If you want to talk about getting into a mess, I'll tell you what it's like to get into a mess. And then someone else says, okay, well, that's great. Let's stop focusing on all our problems. What do you want? What is your real dream? What do you want to come out of all of this? How do you want to be happy? What defines happiness to you? What defines love to you? What is your dream come true? What is your real wish, your desire, your fantasy here for when you come out of the Magical Mystery Tour bus? It's okay. You can say it whatever you want. And consequently, see, it doesn't matter. The whole point is the journey itself. The whole point is just to get on the bus. The whole point is to get on the bus, share your story with everyone else. Understand that that's the fun part. It's to be on the bus with everybody on a magical mystery tour, sharing your love, giving up the battles, walking away, deliberately saying, you know what? I'm sick of fighting life, fighting to be happy. I just want to be happy by default. Well, how do we do that? Okay, well, we'll figure it out decision by decision. Tell me your dream. What is your dream? Okay, and then we'll figure it out. I am sick of being in the wars. It's time to come home, bring home the love. Talk about old-fashioned love bus, Terra Illumination Love Tribe. Literally, get on the bus. So, yeah, RLQ, you're absolutely right. Most people complain. Most of the stuff, a lot of stuff that comes out of people is negative. Like, oh my gosh, you wouldn't realize my problem. You have no idea how miserable I am. Can you believe what those people did to me? Can you believe all this stress that I have? And of course, when you do that, energy flows where attention goes, and all you're doing is adding fuel to the problem. Thank you for reminding us, okay? So Nikki Oldacre wants a Morgan horse. Seriously, Nikki Oldacre, you wouldn't, please, Nikki, listen to this. My mom, my mom has a brother, or had a brother, but he died, and his passion was Morgan horses. He used to have he used to have 2 or 3 Morgan horses and the little uh, buggies or whatever. And they're very, very special. And my mom used to tell me all these stories about her brother and the Morgan horse. So I understand your passion. So where were we? Okay, we're on the bus. We're allowing ourselves to indulge in our dreams, openly, honestly saying, okay, well, okay, so your life is miserable. You've got huge problems, just like I do, just like you do. But what are your dreams? What are your fantasies? What are your wishes? What would you like things to be? We need to transform all this stuff into this stuff here, okay? Let's be courageous. Let's help each other out. Let's support each other. The way you do that is you bring it in. You literally invoke the healing power of love. It's like an invocation. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our bodies from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our minds from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our hearts from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our souls from up above. And you can take it to the next level. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our journey from up above, our friendships from up above, our Terra Illumination Love Tribe from up above, our relationships, everything. You bring it in by invocation. It's by invitation. It's all out there waiting for you. But especially like from the angels, they like to be invited. They like to be known that you are consciously aware of them, that you have an active, buoyant, vivid, loving relationship with heaven, with your angels, and that you can bring that down here onto earth. You don't have to sit here all day, every day, being miserable and cursing heaven, cursing devils, and cursing neighbors and politicians and governments and whatever. You can still award yourself the right to love and be loved and be happy by decree, by invocation. So what if you mess up on your decisions? If you mess up, you lose all this. You lose all the love. You lose all the celebration. You lose your buddies. You lose your companions, because everybody starts to smell. As soon as you start complaining about how life sucks, then nobody wants to know you anymore. It's just like, oh, stop moaning. But when you bring in the love, when you make good decisions, deliberate decisions to bring in the love, choose the love, what is your dream? Define it, put words to it, start to invoke it from heaven above and bring it down in, then that is something to be celebrated and shared between all of us, okay? So what are the prospects? Okay, let's just say that this journey, this particular eclipse, this particular show tonight is bringing out the best in us, okay? It's making us extremely aware of our incompetence, our failures, our losses, and how courageous we are about having been able to prevail against all these incredible pressures around us, all these other stakeholders in our lives who are demanding so much from us. Whatever it is, schools, ambitions, careers, money, mortgage lenders, car payments, our own dreams and ambitions. It's all so much. How do we keep it all together? How do we keep it all going? Well, you make active decisions to bring the love in, just like we've described. So you become aware through the healing power of your decisions. By invocation, you can actually bring love in. You bring in the healing power of love into your life, into your world. So this transformational process here, this journey thing, this getting on the magical mystery bus, like this thing that's happening with us here right now tonight, is actually bringing out the best in us. It's almost like we are being deliberately, it's almost like we are deliberately challenging ourselves to be as brave and courageous as we can, face our own inner failings, and be willing to be like courageous with others. In other words, if someone is falling apart all around you, you don't have to step on them or ignore them. You can help them to rise up to their power, because that's going to come back to you. And when you are failing and you are up to your neck in your own failings, then someone else can come in and bring the love to you. So it becomes a team effort. So it literally is like what Abby was describing. It is Terra Illumination Love Tribe in action. Now, I'm not going to claim all the credit for this, because Terra Illumination is just the portal. Terra Illumination is like a platform, an environment where we can do this. It's really all about you guys on the bus. And I'm on the bus with you. I'm on the same bus with you guys. So my feeling is that what we're doing here right now brings out the best in us, okay? It exposes the things that aren't working, and we're choosing to focus our energy on what works. Energy flows where attention goes. When we focus our attention on the love, the dreams, the love, what our heart needs and wants, our heart feeds off that. Our heart feeds off love. It needs love. It doesn't want war. It doesn't want endless battles. It wants excitement and fun and happiness, and to love and to be loved. So that's what we're doing here. That's what I see is happening here. I see what is happening is bringing out the best in us. It's bringing out the best in Terra Illumination, and that helps me to bring out the best in you. And the best in you helps me to bring out the best in myself. So you are helping me to bring out the best in myself for you too. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Okay. There you go. Okay, I'm going to put this all away. It's time for another song. I'm going to put on another song. Stay there. Don't worry. Don't go away. I'm already very tired. It's very early on the show, but I'm already very tired. I'm just letting you know. Hey, Abby, I see that. Waheguru, whatever that means. Yeah, Waheguru. Yeah, this wolf, angelic gem soul, sticks. Well, I'm glad you asked for that group reading. I had forgot about it, but I'm glad we did it. It was actually a lot of fun. I really felt it. I really, really felt it. Just like a story, just like reading a story, you know, like when you read a bedtime story to children. That's what it feels to me. Like we're all kids. We're all on a happy bus, fun bus ride together. All right, so stay there a second. Don't go away. I got this message from angels above. Come together in a circle of love. Put down your weapons and unload your guns. Come together in a circle of love. La da 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 da. La 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 la. La da 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 da. Going deaf from explosions, screaming babies everywhere. Their blood is flowing to the ocean. Our hearts are numb from trying to care. Try to care. I got this message from angels above. Come together in a circle of love. Put down your weapons and unload your guns. Come together in a circle of love. Yeah. Hey, Moonlight! Moonlight is here. Moonlight, hi. Moonlight. Yes, Indigo, that's Terra Lumination singing. When the smoke and dust is lifted and all the rubble has been cleared, and all the bodies will be sifted, their ghosts will walk around for years, years and years. Yeah. I got this message from angels above. Come together in a circle of love. Put down your weapons and unload your guns. Come together in a circle of love. Yeah. Da, 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 da. La, 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 la. I got this message from angels above. Come together in a circle of love. Put down your weapons and unload your guns. Come together in a circle of love. Yeah. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. So, people, we have a primo reader in the house tonight. Moonlight Scorpio is here. Moonlight Scorpio is in the house tonight. Okay, just letting you know, people. We're talking high end. I've seen you. I know who you are. Thank you for visiting. Yeah, it's kind of a nutty show that we have here, Moonlight, but we're very graced and honored to have your presence here. And I think this is the perfect segue for the questions that I have for you guys. So Liz Wolf asked, what time do they start? We start 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay? 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, yeah. So let's see. Here's the thing. Sorry, Moonlight, I'm kind of exploiting the moment here. You'll see in a moment, okay? So people, Moonlight Scorpio is here in the house tonight. She is a top-end tarot person, and she's hanging out here. So there you go. I know there's a bunch of you other readers too. Fritali is a reader as well. And I can't remember who else, but I know some of you guys are readers. And some of you focus more on oracles. Some use all sorts of amazing decks and everything, whatever it is. But I'm just letting you know. So here it is. Let me stay there. Where's my questions? I had my questions. Stay there. Oh yeah, here it is. So look at this. Hold on, stay there. Sorry, I'm getting kind of messy here. It's been a very, very busy week, people. Hold on, let's just do this. Okay. It's been a very busy week. All right. Tons and tons of private readings. I'm exhausted and wiped out. And then everything fizzles out towards the end of the month because everyone's fizzled out. And I get fizzled out too. And the general reports just came out, and the love relationship reports are going to be out in a few days. Okay, you'll see them, and Tarot Illumination might get a couple of private reading bookings out of it because that's what happens. We give away a tremendous amount of free stuff here on the channel, just like Moonlight. Moonlight gives away huge amounts of free tarot. It's like a charity. Come on, people. Moonlight Scorpio needs the love. Show her the love. Make donations or something. Anyway, I have these questions tonight. One of our folks here in the room tonight I don't know how to do it, but there's this moderator thing where she's helping Tarot Illumination try to keep the show together, because I can't keep up. Basically, I just can't keep up with what happens on the chat and the way the show's going. So deep down inside, I was like, I kind of was needing help, and Jenny sort of volunteered. So there we go. Anyway, here's the thing. I had a few questions for you guys. A lot of shifts and changes have happened. And I got to make it real here. This is a little tiny business now, and it's been going for over 9 months. And I love doing this for you guys, and I want to keep going. I want to gently turn this into a priority in my life for you guys, because I love doing this so much that I want to make it like a viable business. Okay, so I've got some questions for you. This is important stuff. And Jenny, if you're listening, what I'd like to do is, if you can see stuff on the chat that I can't see, and it seems important in terms of responses to the questions, please make a note of it, and we'll catch up later by email or something. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask some questions, and then perhaps I'd like to invite you guys to write into Tarot Illumination with your responses, whatever it is, feedback, anything would help right now. So I have a question. Number one, it's like a series of questions. Is anybody interested in live paid webinars regarding serious topics? For example, Saturn and Capricorn for the next 3 years. That's one question. So if you have a response, maybe type it into the chat. Maybe Jenny can capture the answer. Or if you want to get serious, please write to tarotillumination.com. In other words, also, to put the question the other way, like I just asked, is anybody interested in live paid webinars? These would be serious things, like maybe 10 people at $10 a head, something like that. Okay, like $100 for Tarot Illumination to hold a webinar for an hour or two. Okay, so we can get into it very seriously with 10 individuals. Now, the next thing we could ask, take the question the next further, who may be interested in live paid webinars? Who out of you might be interested in those things, getting much more serious than what we do now? The live shows are fun, but it's just for fun. It's just to let you guys know that Tarot Illumination is out there and we're hanging out. It's kind of like a promotion thing as well. You get to hang out with Tarot Illumination, you get a feel for the channel, maybe get a private reading, maybe meet some cool people in the chat, whatever it is. Meet some more tarot readers. So that's what I'm thinking. I know other tarot readers do that. All sorts of people do live webinars, for the weather, for politics, or whatever, corporations. But we're just talking about Tarot Illumination. If so, there is a way that we can do live webinars, and I think the most we could handle is maybe 10 people. Now, the thing is, here's the thing. Don't freak out. We do this live webinar. You're on camera, just like Tarot Illumination, and you can speak and you can be seen. You can raise your hand, and it'll be literally like having 10 of us in a room together, okay? And we will need a moderator. Hint, hint, Jenny. to make that work properly. It's a lot of work to set up the webinars because it's a lot of scheduling. So that's why it's expensive. Even $10 is probably too cheap. We might have to go to like 15 or even 20. But it could be fun and it could be rewarding. But it's kind of very, very exclusive, kind of expensive. So I'm wondering, is anybody interested? And if so, do you think the price is fair? Do you think 10 people would show up for an hour or an hour and a half or whatever? So there we go. That's the first thing I wanted to ask you guys. The next thing is about this little book that I wrote, Wealth, Money, Finance. I have not really done anything to promote it. I think it's very significant because of the dates. Hold on, stay there. Let me show you. This is the little book, and I've been doing more homework. And I don't want to spoil the book or anything, but it's very, very much to do with this subject here, global restructuring, January 2020, which is going to affect all of us some way, somehow, politically, financially, with our homes, our jobs, real estate, banking, money, whatever it is. So I actually wrote this a long time ago because of what I was intuiting coming up in 2020. I mean, we're talking years ago, and now it's all coming into being. And now I look at it more and more closely. We're getting more specific. So I want to show you something. This is all about question number 2, okay? Wealth, money, finance. In January 2020, we have 3 very, very important days, important dates. Number 1, January the 9th, 2020. It is a full moon. We've got Mercury, Saturn, Sun, Pluto, Jupiter, all in Capricorn, opposed by the moon. That is a big, big deal. Okay? It's going to land right on the axis of the United States. Okay? The next thing we have is July 14th, 2020. I think I messed up here. I might have messed up. Hold on. Capricorn, Cancer. I messed up. I'm sorry, I messed up on the notes. It's going to be a new moon. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, I've totally screwed up here. That's why I put, here it is, January 23rd. This is what I wanted to show you. The next one, January 23rd. You've got Saturn, Pluto, Moon, and Jupiter all in Capricorn. It is a new moon. This is going to sit on the 7th house of the United States. It's our relationship with the rest of the world. This is a very significant date, especially because Jupiter is going to be aligned with Saturn and Pluto. That's huge for the whole world, not just our Lumination or you. This is global, okay? And the next thing, here it is. Sorry, this is the important one. Look at this one. July 14th, 2020. It's a massive full moon. Okay, it's going to be very, very close to the 4th of July. So this is going to be very much to do with the eclipses, the American independence, the 1776 revisited. So that's what I'm thinking of. Is anybody interested in another webinar about wealth, money, finance? I'd like to call it 1776 revisited. You know, it could be one of those like end of the world movies or like end of the world things, or what are we going to do, people? It's just, I'm just asking questions, okay? If anyone has interest. So the next thing, hey, what's that? What am I just saw something. Wait a minute, I responded to money. I just saw something. Wait a minute, who is that? Somebody just put in $10 to the live super chat thing. Hold on, I'm all excited. I can't figure it out. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Hold on. Who is that? Who is that? I can't. Okay, okay. Oh, so I see. Oh, look. Okay, okay is interested. Look, that's. Thank you. Okay, okay. That tells me like we're doing something right on this channel. We're talking about interesting, fun, very advanced, cutting edge conversations here. It's very hard to hold these conversations. Like, I can't do this on my local coffee shop. I can't talk to my friends and family about this stuff. You're the only guys I can hang out and do this stuff with. It's a very, very strange world over here at Terra Illumination, I can tell you. So I love hanging out with you guys because I don't know where else to go. So if you are willing to, or if you're interested in like, paid webinars for that, Saturn and Capricorn, for example, or for example, 1776 Revisited, there's something, okay? The next question I have, so that's that question, that's that question. So hold on, I got to put this back. Stay there a second. Don't run away. I've got, I can't remember where here it is. Okay, I just had to put my notes back in the book. The next thing, question number 3. This is a platform, okay? Terra Illumination provides free, extensive readings for generals and for love and relationship. And we can also do private readings for those who want that, okay? Now, I love to share this platform with you guys. So another thing I wanted to ask is viewer chosen topics. If any of you guys have very specific topics that you feel would really, really benefit being discussed in an open platform like this, that would have a common interest with lots of other people, then please let us know. Please write to terraillumination.com and describe your topic. In other words, how to handle money in divorce, or like, how do I deal with my autistic children, or how do I, increase the flow of love in my life, whatever it is. If you can think of a specific topic that is really burning up inside you that you would be willing to share, okay? In other words, do one of these webinars where we pick your subject, your topic, and we hold a webinar and we get everyone to pitch in, like being on the bus together, magical mystery tour bus together, okay? So if you've got a topic and you're willing to share, okay, and we can do this in private, so we can deal with very, very challenging topics, okay? It doesn't matter what you say. We don't have to work inside the community guidelines. We can swear, cuss, we can discuss the most challenging issues. Okay, so that's the next thing. If you're interested, please let Terra Illumination know. The next thing I wanted to ask is I'm just going to put this out there. What I've noticed is that there are a lot of really cool people that come to visit the channel, and I don't know what the percentage is, but maybe I'm guessing 30% of you guys are healers, or readers, or Reiki people, or pranic healers, or remote healers, or tarot, or astrology, or massage, or professional healers, therapists, counselors, nurses, doctors. I've had all of those, okay, come to this channel, like white collar jobs, and that kind of thing, blue collar jobs doing healing, however you want to look at it. But if you're interested, what I'm thinking of doing is putting a separate page over here at terraillumination.com, like as a resource page link for all the other healers who would like to, I don't know, put your name in the hat for the Terra Illumination Love Tribe. So like join the bus ride together. And find ways to intercommunicate with each other. I'm sure there's a way we could do that. Okay. So if you're interested and you want to put your professional website, your channel links, or whatever it is over here, uh, please do so and let us know through terralumination.com. The next thing, okay, I'm going totally crazy here because there are huge changes happening in the personal life of terralumination.com. And one of the things, please, I'm going to talk about this now because it's been on my mind and it's way too early, but I want to at least start the conversation. If Terralumination is in a situation where Terralumination can offer retreats. Now, you know what those are. They tend to be very expensive, where you have to go to an exotic island and you hang out for a week, just like Terralumination Love Tribe in person, okay? They do that with all the yoga communities, all the life coaching communities, you know, past life regression communities. They go on cruise ships. They go to Santa Fe. They go to Ojai, they go to Mount Shasta, they go to Bali, they go to the Mediterranean, they go to Croatia, they go to Iceland, wherever it is they go for these amazing retreats. I'd like to know if anyone is interested in, you know, maybe a few years from now, Terralumination retreats, you know? It would just be Terralumination hanging out like what we do now, but it would be in person, so we could all meet and hang out together. It probably costs thousands of dollars. Not everybody can do it, obviously, but it could be like for a lot of people, it would be like a once in a lifetime trip. So like they do with those yoga retreats, you get your airfare and then you book the accommodations, and then we have like a menu of cool stuff that we're going to do. Everybody gets private one-on-one readings in person, face to face. A lot of people have been asking, can we meet you face to face and do private readings? And I do not do that. But it might be worth considering, in a few years from now. So if anybody's interested in retreats, again, please write into the channel. It's a lot of work to set up retreats, organize and build retreats. It's like being a tour manager. I'm not a tour manager. I would just be interested in offering the retreat. But if there is a will, there is a way. We can provide the location. Okay? The next thing I'm going to ask, and this is the last one I wanted to ask you guys. I'm working with YouTube right now. We crossed the 10,000 threshold. Okay? We've got over 10,000 subscribers now. It's still a very tiny channel, but it is growing. And it makes a little tiny bit of money. So it makes Terralumination eligible for insider support and counseling from the creative development teams over at YouTube headquarters. So what I'm working on right now is something, it's called the sponsor option. And this is deep inside. It's in beta testing right now. Now they do this sponsorship stuff on some of the gaming channels, super high-end, gaming channels all over the world where they're dealing with huge amounts of money, okay? Terralumination is tiny, 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 tiny. And it needs to grow, it needs to create income in order to keep going. And with the private readings, it's very unstable. Sometimes, for weeks on end, I can't keep up. And then it'll be empty for a week. So it's very unstable. So what YouTube is now offering, it's beta testing for sponsorship for a channel. And I have been considered. Okay, I'm very, very, very lucky. This is only open to a few channels. So I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but the idea is, I've already spoke with them. It's going to be $4.99 minimum. You can have more. But the idea is that if anybody wants to, on a volunteer basis, you can sponsor Terralumination every month with a $5 sponsorship. It's not a donation. It's an actual formalized sponsorship, and it goes through this new thing that YouTube is building right now, and it probably will come out this year with any luck. And I'm in talks with YouTube to do this now, because it would help tremendously. It would operate kind of very, very similar to what happens at the PayPal over here on the channel. It's on the website itself. And it would be also kind of similar to what happens on the Super Chat, but it becomes formal. Like you put in $4 or $5 every month, and it goes directly to sponsor the channel. Okay? So it's business. It's actual sponsorship. So if anyone has any comments on the sponsorship, if they think $5 is too much, or if they think like they could be willing to put in $5 a month through a proper sponsorship. So in other words, I don't have to keep going on like, hey, everybody, you want to make some donations? Hey, everybody, you want to donate, blah, blah, blah. Or do, those Kickstarter funds and things like that. No, this would be a proper sponsorship. Okay, so there you go. Any comments on any of that stuff, please write into terralumination.com, and we'll figure it out. Okay, I need another song break, people. So what was it? Somebody had a let's bounce. Okay, we're gonna do the bounce, people. We're trying to go global here. Let's bounce. Stay there. I know it's really late for some of you. Hold on. This is called the bounce. Way out in Tokyo, even in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had. All along the Great Wall of China, on the decks of ocean liners, with the anchors up in the Andes, way out in Los Angeles. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. I smoked out wild with Geronimo. I've been downtown with nowhere to go. I made peace between the west and east, and I've met beauty and met beasts, and I swam around the great equator. I started out a simulator. I've been out to both of the poles, and I know where you don't go wrong. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Good night, hot diggity dog. Good night. Good night, hot diggity, hot diggity, hot diggity. If you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go. It's okay. Hold on. Stay there. Stay there. Don't go away just yet. I just gotta. I'm gonna play the song again. Hey, Giggle, was it you, Giggle, who just wrote in? I know it's getting late for some of you. You got to go. I'm getting kind of burned out, tired too. It's a very short show at the moment. Hey, favorite, what's up? Did you just get here? Anyway, somebody, I think it was Giggle, did you write in about the price? We were talking about sponsorship, and I wrote $4.99 on the paper. I'm sorry, it's it's not $499. I meant $4, $5. It's $4.99. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Did that make any sense? It's $4.99. That's the cheapest that they go on Google. They won't do it for less than that. But the whole idea is that they're setting up this sponsor thing, so you can press a button. So it looks like, when you go to the channel, there's a button that says subscribe. There's going to be another button that says sponsor, and the minimum is $4.99, 4.99, not 499. Sorry about that. I'm sorry if you didn't, see much. Yeah, giggle. Thank you. Yeah, it's about the decimal point. So yeah, it's not serious. It's not a lot of money, but it's significant. It adds up. If you get like 50, sponsors, that's a big chunk of money for Terra Lumination. So every little bit helps, because it's very, very, very hard to keep the furnace going the way things are. The private readings are good when they come in, but they're very unpredictable. The advertising revenue is unpredictable, but the sponsorship money could really help to stabilize things. It's not happening yet. I mean, in theory, you could sponsor right now going directly to the Terra Lumination PayPal, and a few people have done that already, but YouTube is actually trying to do it directly onto the channel itself, and the minimum is $4.99. It hasn't happened yet, but I just wanted to get your feedback to see if you guys would, are you okay with that? In other words, like if you put $4.99 in every month, it's like you're getting your readings. Right now, they're totally free to everybody, but it takes a huge amount of work to do them. And if enough people put in $4.99 a month, then it pays for Terra Lumination to do the public readings. Because at the moment, it's totally voluntary. It's all voluntary, just to get you guys interested enough to want to, in case you absolutely have to have a private reading, which of course is very expensive, as you know. So I'm going to play the song again and hang out, because I need a beverage. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. I just want to play the song again. I need a break. This is called The Bounce. Thanks, Liz. See, Liz is up for it. Way out in Tokyo, deep in old Moscow, in some parts of Trinidad, I remember the good times I had. Thanks, Liz. All along the Great Wall of China, on the decks of ocean liners, with the Incas up in the Andes, way out in Los Angeles. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. I smoked powwow with Geronimo. I've been downtown with nowhere to go. I made peace between the West and East, and I've met beauty and the beast. I swam around the Great Equator. I started out as soon. I've been out to both of the poles, and I know where you don't go wrong. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. Let's bounce. All right. There we go. So I think I've got enough inside of me right now to just do a couple of little mini readings live. You know how like we always used to do? So let's have some fun. I could probably only got a couple inside of me, but I think we can do that. So how about this? Tonight, we've done this before. I'm going to watch the screen very, very carefully. I'm going to turn over and hold on. Let me get all positioned here. Who out there, who has Moon, I'm going to say it in a minute. When you get the answer, when you know the answer, type it in the screen, and the first person that I see here that I can understand, that looks to me like they got the right answer, then you're going to get a reading. Okay? All right? So here's the question. Who has their moon in the sign that the moon is in tonight right now? Cancer. Okay, go. Who has the moon in Cancer? Go. I'm watching, I'm watching, I'm watching. Moonlight Scorpio? What? Seriously? Who has the moon in Cancer? M. Knox. Nikki, oh, M. Knox. M. Knox, you were first. Moon in Cancer. M. Knox. I think you said. Hold on, there was somebody there. I saw it. I just saw it. I just saw you, and it said, hold on. Me. M. Knox. M. Knox. You are claiming that you have the moon in Cancer. All right. So, and Giggle is affirming. Giggle. Yours is far from Cancer. All right. So, all right, let's have a look. And listen, there's several of you. Okay. But I'm only doing one. And I said it was the first one who wrote in. And M. Knox wrote in very, very quick. All right. So you got a reading. Yeah. I'll ask another one. Let me see how many we can do. We're going to do one by one at a time like this, okay? It's just going to be these little short quickies that we do, all right? So, M. Knox, you got a really tiny mini reading. Liz Wolf, you're funny. My moon is in Gemini, and it's very, very close to Cancer. Super. Well, I'm very happy for you. Yep, here we go. So it's all eyes on Knox. All eyes on Knox. Whew, okay, here we go. Got to make some room here because it gets pretty wild. Thank you, Precious. By the way, thanks, everybody. Thanks, Precious, for getting that scarf ticket, scarf raffle. Yeah. No, you're not screwed. M. Knox, 15-degree. Wow. Maximum ascendancy. Right dang in the middle. 15-degree Cancer. That's maximum. Wow. Okay. Nikki, what? You said it first? I thought I saw you on the screen first. We'd have to go back. It's too late for me to check now. It's way, way back there in the archives. But when I was sitting here and I went over to the screens, it looked like M. Knox came in first. Sorry about that. That's just how it looked over here. All right, let's have a look. Here we go. You guys, nuts. Be nice now. Be nice. We're all in public. We're all on a bus together, okay? Usually it's around a campfire, but tonight we're all on the Terra Lumination Love Tribe Love Bus. There you go. All right, cards are shuffled. You are a witness, okay? Here we go. We're going to cut it up, people. We're going to cut it up and see what's going on. What's going on, M. Knox? What's going on, Knoxy? Here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And what's the weather like for you, Knox, huh? Hanging in, holding tight, building, investing, good environment for you. It's like, if this is the weather, this is very supportive for you to like invest. Invest in yourself, doing what has to be done. Now, the thing is, you don't want to overdo it to the point where you become a workaholic. Okay. All I'm feeling here is that circumstantial energy is very supportive for growth by self. Literally, it's like if you think of love as an asset, love as a definable, quantifiable commodity, like you're born with a treasure chest of love. You have 8 nuggets in your whole life. What are you going to do with those? Are you going to squander them and throw them all down a drain? Are you going to plant them in the ground, in fertile ground, so that they can grow and turn into more nuggets of love? Or are you just going to spend it until you run it out? What are you going to do with all of that? The important thing here is to understand that you're in an environment where you can see how love is an asset. That's what I'm sensing, okay? That's what I'm feeling for you, Knox. Understanding that it's worth investing in yourself. It's not worth putting your love efforts into, uh, let's say, empty, infertile soil. It's very important to invest in the good stuff. It's no point in putting your love down a drain. It sometimes is very tragic. I've learned the hard way that sometimes certain things cannot be fixed. Certain people cannot be fixed or helped. It's very, very tragic. It's very, very painful. Okay? No matter how much compassion we might have. It's very important to be very judicious with how and where we allocate our resources. If you think of love as a resource, idealistically, of course, it's amazing to think we have an infinite supply, but down here on planet Earth, we have a shelf life, we have physical limitations and financial limitations and cultural and community limitations. So we have to make the best of that. What's the situation? Healing. Okay. My feeling is that the situation right now is that I don't want to say you need it's all about healing your finances right now. I'd like to say that the situation is about doing deep soul healing here, understanding that it's a really tough act. To me, the Temperance card is like the energy of a masterpiece, the energy of what it takes to be so totally in the zone, in the now, where it's like that energy of being an artist or a musician or whatever it is you do. If you'd like to do quilting or writing or something that's very, very profoundly satisfying for you, that brings you tremendous joy, where it like you disappear into that thing. Like if you're a specialist quilter or a specialist knitting person or something like that, and doesn't it solves when you do that, it solves all your problems. You can become centered and grounded, and all the pains and sufferings of the day can be moderated and softened and healed, and then you can get on with the rest of the day from there onwards. My feeling is that right now it's like this is the time to invest in your own healing, in your own, in what works for you, and putting yourself number one, taking your own personal self-healing as the number one priority, doing whatever it takes, investing in your health and working on improving your health and your healing, uh, and doing the things that make you feel true joy on the inside, on the understanding that joy is not an external thing. I'm not talking about getting more thrills and spills and excitement. It's about nurturing and building and investing that thing inside of you. Let's just say it's something to do with the North Node journey, where it's learning about what really makes you happy at your very soul, and then doing that and discovering how that can be very, very healing for you. And that if you're not doing that, you're missing out on the opportunity to heal, the opportunity for self-healing, because It's just like your angels want you to be happier. Your angels want you to be in the zone. They want you to love yourself as a number one priority. They want you to heal from whatever it is that ails you. In other words, bring yourself back into harmonic balance. Bring yourself, go through the alchemical shifts and changes that you have to endure in order to, let's say, go through the fermentation process that requires you to be complete. You know, like when you make wine, you know, the fermentation is a really violent, brutal process, you know, chemically speaking. But when it's all done, you end up with this beautiful thing called wine. There you go. That's a perfect excuse. Thank you very much, Terra Illumination. Oh, yeah, that's okay. No problem. I love you so much, Terra Illumination. Oh, thank you, Terra Illumination. That's cool. Let's pass that message on to M. Knox. So what's the challenge with all of this? Okay. It's hard to not think of the subject of money and finances, values, self-worth issues. So the challenge might be to do with self-worth. You might be scared to figure out what needs to be figured out. You might not be, it's almost like being scared to figure out what is not working for you, and at the same time discovering what is working for you. In other words, like if you think of this as a gardener and a garden that needs tending, that has fertility, has fruit, has assets, talents, values, and gifts, and it's in growth. And the thing is, it's obstructed by the weeds and the things that need pruning. You know, like very, very astute, gifted vintners and farmers and fruit growers and everything. They don't just throw a bunch of seeds in the ground and wait, and then just wait for the lemons to fall off the tree, or the oranges, or the avocados. It's very, very much a process. The soil is prepared. Things are fertilized, nurtured, watered. They are protected, and they are monitored carefully. Like, aha, we need to do some pruning and tucking here. And we need to do some, now is the time to pick, or maybe it's not the time to pick. So the challenge, my feeling here is that it's realizing like, oh my gosh, it's like having an overgrown garden. Like M. Knox, you're in a situation where, hold on, let me put your name here so that we can remember this when we do the rewinds. In case you need to come back to this. I'm sorry, I should have put that at the beginning. That's for you. The challenge might be like doing the homework that's necessary to get to maximize your assets. If you think of love as assets, skills, talents, gifts, resources that you can share with the planet, and maximizing those, making the best of yourself, investing in yourself, and that's what would be the best thing for your healing, the healing of yourself, bringing yourself fully into alignment with yourself. But the challenge is doing the weeding, doing the pruning, doing the tucking, doing the actual work, because it's work, you know? So how are we going to deal with this? Okay. I don't want to put this into a relationship context, okay, M. Knox? What I'd like to do is put the positive spin on this, the Three of Swords, and say the way to handle this situation is to understand how it is so incredibly easy for you to be your own worst enemy, to betray yourself at the very core of your heart. Just the slightest, tiniest little thing. You might be one of those experts who is very, very good at self-defeating behavior in relationships, jobs, finances, health, just day-to-day life, without even knowing it. That's the challenge. That's the thing here. And so the way to deal with it is realizing that, oh my gosh, all the good things that are due to me, all the pruning and tucking that needs to be done to me is a result of simply a result of my own unawareness about how I can betray myself. In other words, if you feel, M. Knox, as though you have been betrayed by others, then you have to understand you're part of that equation. Okay, it's part of the equation where in all your innocence, you don't want, nobody wants this, but if it's there, it needs to be understood and owned. Like if as soon as you own that and say, okay, it's out there, let's just say I feel betrayed. I feel totally betrayed. That's the best thing you can say to yourself. You say, oh my gosh, I'm the one who neglected myself. I'm the one who neglected my own talents, who neglected to do the nurturing, the tending, the landscaping, the maintenance, the nurturing, and all the housekeeping homework that needs to be done in order to maximize my talents and my gifts and my resources of love, to love and be loved. And there's no one else who can do it but you. And it's great that we can talk about this over here at Tarot Lumination, but it's very, very important to understand that all healing is self-healing in the end. When you go to a doctor, they're going to do things to you, but it doesn't work unless you allow the healing to unfold. Like if you're really paranoid and you go in to get a root canal and your body is full of fear, it's so easy for that root canal to become infected. Okay, but if you're going in buoyant and confident, knowing that it's just maintenance, it's just stuff that has to be done, then the root canal will come out perfect and it'll be healed and you'll be glad that you did it. And you did the exact opposite of betray yourself. You healed yourself by getting healing that you needed and deserved, and you allow it to flow. All healing is self-healing in the end. Okay, so it's important to recognize that and allow that. I'm not trying to judge or anything here, M. Knox. All I'm suggesting is that it's so important to realize how it's so easy for us to betray ourselves through our thoughts, our words, our deeds, our actions, and even blame other people for it. But ultimately, it's our own betrayal of self-sabotage, and that needs a lot of deep soul healing. Okay? So it might be a team effort, okay? You might need to reach out to others, okay, M. Knox? All right, let's leave it at that. Thank you so much for the chance to read for you. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings or scare you, all right? I'm sorry if I did. It's all for the good, okay? Let's do something else. All right, now, put another question mark here. I'm going to do another reading. I'm going to do another reading, and this is going to be quick. Who has, hold on, I want to think about this one very carefully. I don't want to get too complicated because it's getting into the astrology. Let's just keep it. The first one in that I see on the screen here that my eyes catch. Okay, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. What do you mean I'm oh so scary? Frittily, I didn't mean to scare people. Gabby girl loves a quickie. Okay, great. Precious needs toilet paper. Oh my gosh. Who has, okay, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Sun in Aquarius. Okay, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. So, okay, so light flower, precious. Light flower came in first. Light flower. Okay, you're going to get a reading, light flower. Light flower. You were very, very fast, light flower. I think tonight what's happening is that the live stream is going very fast, so it came in very, very quickly. We'd have to check, but Light Flower, it looks like you came in first. I put your name there, Light Flower, okay? You listened and you responded very, very fast. That was very fast. All right, Light Flower, you're up. You're going to get a reading. So there you go. Light Flower, you're up. Oh, there's a lot of Aquarians here. What's going on, people? It's not fair. Lena's late. Lena's late. Lena's late. It's okay. Carson. Yeah. Hey, Light Flower. Because, how about this, Light Flower? Would you mind sharing your reading with the other Aquarians? We can do this for you, but it seems like there were so many Aquarians who jumped in so fast that, you know, maybe we could share, just a thought. I'm going to read this for you, Light Flower, but I'm just saying, it's just like, well, maybe if it resonates with the other Aquarians, that would be interesting. Mary Cruz, actually, you're quite correct. Thank you very much for reminding me. This is cranberry juice, by the way, in a bottle that looks like a wine bottle. So there you go. Cheers. Thank you very much for reminding me. Yes, by the way, it is birthday time for all you Aquarians. Araquakians, Quakians, Ariaquakans, Araquakius. Why is it cracky? All right, here we go. Here we go. Aquarama, amaretto. Yes, I agree, Jenny. Cranberry juice is incredibly important. I always have a bottle of cranberry juice handy, and I always keep fresh cranberry, not fresh, but I always keep a little box of dried cranberries because they're extremely rich in certain nutrients, and I really feel it. I also like figs and dates and raisins and dried plums. There you go. Yes, you're right. The cranberry juice is getting to me. All right, so here we go. So Light Flower, this is for you. And Light Flower has said it's perfectly okay if any of the other Aquarians feel that they want to piggyback on this reading and adopt it for themselves. Okay, so we're just going to share. All right, it's for the common good of the community. Thank you very much, Light Flower. Perfectly in alignment with the Aquarian, vibes. Okay, but don't forget, Light Flower, with the eclipse coming up. It's very important to set some new standards for yourself about love, relationships, and being happy and having fun from the heart outwards, not from the outside in. Forget the community for a while. What about you, Light Flower? Okay, here we go. Cards are already shuffled well in advance. There we go. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, people. Cards are shuffled, all right? I just like to keep it simple and clean. No reversals, nothing. Thank you very much. No apologies. Sorry about that. Actually, I just apologized. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to apologize. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I apologize for saying so sorry. I'm just messing with you guys. I'm sorry. What's the situation? What's the challenge? How are we going to handle this? By the way, Light Flower, what are the circumstantial energies like in your world right now? And you're going to make the best of it. You have the Empress. Okay, Light Flower. I'm not saying this is just you looking in the mirror, like like preening yourself, saying like, God, I really am that gorgeous. I am this awesome. I never really noticed before, but dang, I really, really am that amazing, fertile, imaginative, creative, pulsing, luscious, desirable. Mm. What's that expression? Have you ever heard that thing? I heard this from a photographer once, and he was feeling very cocky at the time, and he said, "Guys want to be me, girls want to do me." And that's just how it is. But you could turn that around. If you're a girl, light flower, maybe you're a girl, and you can say, "Girls want to be me, guys want to do me," and that's just how it is. Because I'm just that awesome, and I love being me. And let's see if I can help you guys manifest to being you. Because if you're like, it's like ultimate fertility. It's like love breeds love. Love breeds love. What's the situation? Because this is very supportive weather. This is very like nutritious weather. Let's put it that way. Whoa, whew, okay. So you might be feeling pretty good about things. Maybe you are being appreciated, applauded for your own awesomeness. And maybe you're giving yourself a good dose of this yourself because maybe you just needed that right now. Maybe this is perfectly the right situation for you to look in the mirror and say to yourself, you know what? It's about time I admitted how amazing I am. And then everyone else says, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. It's about time, Lightflower. You admitted how amazing you are. Congratulations. That took a tremendous amount of courage just to say that, just to do that. All right. So what's the challenge here? Have you got anybody to share it with? Have you got anybody to hang out with and celebrate with you? Well, that's a problem. Maybe you're just maybe you're one of those people, you're so deliciously content and happy with yourself that you don't need anybody. Okay. So, in a way, you're extremely lucky, but that can also be a challenge because sometimes people who are very high vibration, very high frequency, and they create their own joy and love and happiness from the inside, they can have these moments of awakening, like when they realize, well, wait a minute, where's everybody else? Why isn't everyone else as happy and fulfilled and as yummy as I am? And then you suddenly have a like a backlash reaction, like, oh my God, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely because everyone else is wallowing around in misery and pain and suffering and complaining about all the stuff that's not working in your life. And yet for you, Light Flower, it's all about like, well, actually, it's kind of cool. There's some good stuff happening. And so that can put a huge sense of polarity between you and the rest of the world and your loved ones and your own personal private love tribe. So let's just say this is very much to do with the full moon eclipse just coming, where you realize, wait a minute, not everybody is like tuned into this stuff. Like Light Flower, if you do have the secret recipe of what it's like to just be simply aware of how awesome you are, and it's perfectly okay to love oneself to this degree, and you're not ashamed of it, and other people on a regular day would appreciate that and applaud you for that, which is very, very courageous. It's actually very hard to do what we just talked about here. But if you have that gift, and like girl, the girls want to be you and the guys want to do you kind of thing, but it's not happening. It's just because there's not a lot of people on that frequency. That's the problem. It can be very, very, very lonely at times when you are, let's say, very fulfilled because you start to realize, gulp. It's like looking at the rest of the world around you and seeing like all the misery and pain in everyone else and how they're making it their problem. but it's okay. How are we going to deal with that? Okay, whoa, okay, it's hard not to turn this into a relationship reading. Let's just tone things down a bit here, like flower. Ooh, gosh. Okay, with the lovers here, how are we going to handle this? Let's just say it might be an idea to open the door to love in case the challenge has been, let's say, being isolated from the lack of being able to share your love with others in a reciprocal manner, like in a party manner. Like if we were having uh, an after party over at Light Flowers Place, how would that be? Would you be there with everything, all the trimmings, all the buffet set up, and the wine and the beverages and the hors d'oeuvres, and then nobody shows up because they don't think they're worthy? That's a problem. So my feeling here is the way to handle this is like it's almost like it's this is going to sound really weird. It's going to sound very counterintuitive, but it's almost like making a deliberate decision to dumb yourself down to be with the regular folks who, they may not be as lucky as you, and just like, you know, it's almost like sharing yourself, almost like sharing the worst part of yourself with everyone else, like saying, well, okay, I'm Light Flower and I am truly awesome, but the reality is you have absolutely no idea how messed up I can be at times, and I'm just showing you my best light right now. And so that's great for the Aquarians. If you want to take this as a group Aquarian reading, it's like making these profound decisions to like become aware of how awesome you are on the one side, but how deeply flawed you are, just like the rest of us. But we might not be getting it. So it's important for you to let us know, the rest of us know, that you are as flawed as the rest of us, and that makes it much safer and more comfortable for us to hang out with you. It's not that we're scared of hanging out with you, it's just that we might not feel worthy because there's like, to me it feels like a huge like imbalance of energy where, if we think about it as like a one-on-one relationship, for example, where you're just being awesome Light Flower and you are in the company of others who are actually worthy and all of that, but it's almost like they're intimidated because of this. It's like some people, I'm finding it extremely hard to explain what I'm trying to explain without being offensive. It's almost like please forgive me, people. I'm feeling like the way to handle this is to like step down. Like, okay, it's great to be this way. It's great to be that way. And it's a little sad to be like in the community of your own peers, but there's no one hanging out with you. It's like being the most beautiful girl at the party. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but let's say you're a girl, okay? Um, and you're just gorgeous, all right? And you're so gorgeous that it's intimidating to all the other women, okay? And you're so gorgeous that none of the guys would even dare hit on you. And so you're thinking like, well, wait a minute, why am I even here? I am so gorgeous and yummy and desirable, but nobody's even daring to hang out with me, okay? And so that means it's almost like, how do we deal with that? It's almost like you have to deliberately do something really stupid and inane to get yourself down on our level where you can like where everyone can realize, oh my gosh, she's just like us. Yeah, you're gorgeous and everything, but we can now see that you're just as messed up as us too. Okay, that's good. So now we feel good. Now we can hang out with you. Okay. So in other words, you can let your hair down and you can just like be part of the community. You can still be your most awesome self, okay? That is your right, privilege, and duty. Allow that to happen right here on the full moon eclipse coming. But when you get back to the new moon eclipse, understand that it might be hard for the rest of us. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I was trying to describe a very, very nebulous concept to you, Light Flower, but I hope you got it without me hurting your feelings or anything. Okay? Okay? Thank you so much. Okay, Light Flower, I just saw something on the screen. It said, I'm ordinary. Okay. Yeah, you might think that because of that Aquarius nature, just to be, fit in with the group and everything. But this reading is indicating, from my perspective, that there's just something awesome about you, but you don't see it. Okay? Other people see it. I don't want to do the whole reading again, but the point that I'm trying to get across is that, okay, put it this way. I happen to live in a place where there are tens of thousands of absolutely gorgeous, beautiful women. But I also know from readings that a lot of them are very lonely. Go figure. And it's because of the story. It's like the story I just told you. Like, beauty is from the inside too. You don't have to be a supermodel. I'm not talking about being a supermodel, but I'm just talking about being gorgeous from the inside. And not a lot of people can handle that when they encounter that energy, because a lot of us are struggling in our own ineptitudes. Gosh, I'm already wiped out, people. Oh my gosh. I think I've got a little bit more left in me, and then we're probably going to have to call it quits. All right. So let's have a look. Oof. Hold on. Hold on. I think I'm going to play this little song. It's just another one. It's kind of, I think I'm going to play one song and I could probably get one more reading out of myself. Okay, I hope you don't mind. Let's have a look. Stay there. Don't go away. Hold on. What have I got? Stay there. I'll be right back. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. And listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. walking in circles, feeding all the birds, climbing up a mountain, looking around. Yeah, yeah, smelling all the flowers, staring at the moon. I listen to the waves come crashing down, down. Ooh, I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Gotta tune in to what the angels say. I listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Smelling all the flowers, staring at the moon. Listen to the waves come crashing down, down. Walking in circles, feeding all the birds, climbing up a mountain, looking around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Gotta tune in to what the angels say. I'm waiting on the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Do, 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 I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. I listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Okay, another question, another reading. Whoever I see first that comes up on the screen that I can understand. I mean, I'm not an expert at this stuff. I'm just doing the best that I can with the technology and stuff. So I'm going to go. I know sometimes we get into fights about who actually got the first name up and whatever, but I can only go from what I can see here on the screen. It's very, very limited, okay? So here we go. No prompting, people. Thank you, Nikki. I see what you're trying to do. I get it. But I'm trying to stay relevant to the circumstances right now. And there's very big important things happening right now for, hold on. We didn't know. Okay, go. Who has ascendant rising sign in Capricorn? Hello? Who has their ascendant or rising sign in Capricorn? Me, precious moments. Yay, well done. Okay, precious, that's it. You got it. Precious. Okay, so it's you, Precious Moments. Well done, Precious. I'm just going to put Precious over here. That's you, Precious Moments. You're going to get a reading. So there you go. Woohoo! Thank you. Capricorn moon, I get it. I was just trying to break it up between Aquarius, Leo, and Capricorn. Those are the things that I wanted to do. And let's have a look. All right, here we go. All right, so let me get some shuffling going here. I didn't do much shuffling. Well, I did a little bit, but this one's for you, Precious. Double Capricorn. Whoa, that's pretty heavy duty. They're going to really feel it for this Saturn and Capricorn thing for the next 3 years, for sure. Well, thank you, Tony. Thank you. This is cool. Hello. Hello, Somewhere in Time Tarot. Good evening and welcome. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Somewhere in Time. Uh-oh. Precious just peed herself. There you go. Isn't that exciting? Now that's excitement for you. All right, here we go. Let's have a look. Precious, you're up. All right. Nikki, yeah, we'll do this another time. Don't worry, Nikki. We'll find a way to get you a reading, okay? All right? All right, Nikki. See you around. Okay, thanks for showing up. Somewhere in Time. Hello, everyone. I just had company. Finally, they left. Finally leave. Okay, okay. All right, cards were shuffled. All right, you saw that. No tricks, no funny business. This is live. And we're doing wacky readings here at Tarot Lumination, just for the heck of it. Being very Aquarian here. We're just doing it for the community, all right? Think of Tarot Lumination as an Aquarian enterprise. It's very advanced internet stuff. We're taking everything to the most advanced levels that we can with the technology. I'm serious about that. I'm doing everything I can to push the channel to the limits and trying to make it work so that it's a really a good thing for you guys. Tarot Lumination Love Tribe. We're trying to do some music, tell stories, and share and connect with each other. It's all about the love. It's all about the healing, okay? It's all about the healing power of love, bringing the healing power of love into our lives and amplifying that by sharing that with ourselves and each other. So, did I just cut? Yes, I did. All right, here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Okay, Precious, you're up. Thank you for buying that ticket, by the way. I wish you all the best when we do the draw, when we do the raffle draw. That's for the silk scarf. I should probably promote that, shouldn't I? I'm distracted now by the silk scarf. Okay, let's do that after. Okay, so Precious, this is all about you, okay? Because you are Capricorn rising. So you're very, very serious. You're a very, very serious person. Sort of. Okay. What's the weather like for you? Okay. Poor Precious. Okay. So if you're in circumstances and conditions where you're working very, very hard, like to pretend this isn't happening, which is understandable, because if you're like, let's say you're Capricorn rising, okay? Just imagine everybody, not just you, Precious, just imagine you're Capricorn rising. And then all of a sudden, in the last couple of weeks, Saturn arrives in your house. Saturn is the reality check police. These are the teachers, the taskmasters, the lords of karma, the lords of time. They're not here to punish you. They're not here to make your life miserable. They're just here to like get you in touch with reality. Okay, three-dimensional reality here on this earth, not could have this, would have this, or should have this. So what can happen is when Saturn arrives in your world, your life, yourself, your sense of identity, it can feel like this, okay? Because then you start to realize all the things that aren't working. And that's, of course, if you take it personally and you start feeling the grief and the sorrow and the misery about not just yourself, your life, but your loved ones, the ones who love you, the little ones, the nieces, nephews, aunts, and uncles, the loved ones that you've lost, okay? It's very, very easy to, let's say, be overwhelmed by the grief, by the sorrow, by the by the pains, by the pressure. That's absolutely classic Saturn energy, big time. And we've got Saturn in Capricorn. It doesn't get heavier than that. It does not get tougher than that. It's in its own sign, and it's coming right here for you, precious. So this is perfectly normal, perfectly understandable. But it's also very important to remember that you've always got love out there waiting for you whenever you're ready. Okay? So what's the situation? Okay, well, you're working to keep it together, that's for sure. Working very, very, very hard to keep things balanced and harmonious here in three-dimensional terms. You might be up to your neck with challenges, whatever it is, home, family, spouses, exes, kids, money, finances, work, lack of work, all of that stuff. And it's like this, it's almost like very heavy, like it can feel emotionally very challenging. But the reality is, you're actually doing an extremely good job of handling it. You're actually balancing things out in a way that actually work. It may not be the most fun. It may not be the most, um, let's say, deliciously exciting, fun experience, but you're doing it, you're dealing with it. That's the situation. You're dealing with what has to be dealt with. You're doing a very, very good job under very, very challenging conditions. Okay? So, what is the challenge with that? That's already challenging enough. Okay. Being recognized, being understood, being appreciated for all of that. Does anybody out there really understand how much precious is putting in to your life to make it work for yourselves and the others? Do the others out there appreciate and understand you? That is a big, big problem here. It's like it's not being the challenge for you, precious, is because we've already done some work together, you and Precious and Terra Illumination. So I'm just letting that know to the public. So I know that you have some very, very, very serious, you know, challenges. There's a lot of work. And so the question is, does anybody know? Does anybody understand that? Does anybody out there get it? You know, and so it can make you feel, they can make this feel even worse. If you feel that nobody really understands you or gets you or is there for you. In other words, you're doing everything you can to the maximum of your skills and your abilities. And the question is, does anybody appreciate that? Is anybody aware at all? Even the ones who are benefiting from your skills and your abilities to balance and handle and manage all this stuff. In other words, are they just taking you for granted? Are you unappreciated? Let's have a look. How are we going to deal with this? Okay. Okay, it's a lot to do with, let's say, physical material stability and possibly including money. But it's also okay to understand that it's like it's like being under so much pressure that there's nothing to be done except to admit that you're already doing the best you can with the best of your intentions, and that You can't do anything more than that. And yeah, you might be innocent. You might be, let's say, exposed to all the things that you're not able to do, that you're not like maybe you're not so successful at bringing in like $1,000 a day to make your life work better. And maybe in a way it doesn't matter. All I'm feeling here is that the way to handle it is very much to do with self-worth. So like if you combine this little reading here with the broader spectrum, we're talking about heavy Capricorn energy here, very heavy Saturn energy here, coming down hard on your three-dimensional reality. Does anybody appreciate me? Does anybody get me at all? The way to handle it, of course, is to understand that you are innocent. You're already doing the best you can, and nobody could do better than you in the conditions. So you can congratulate yourself for that. But it's still okay to wonder, well, what am I supposed to do now? That's okay, because it's like you have an excuse to wonder, because you've got let's just say, these eclipses are happening in your second house. The Aquarius Leo eclipse axis is going in your second, eighth houses of money and joint finances, your money and other people's money, how other people count on you for money and how you count on other people for money in certain ways or other. And how much are you really worth? How much is anybody out there really on board for you, Capricorn? And so it's a lot to do with, let's say, values, self-respect, understanding. My feeling here for you, Precious, is that you're doing an outstanding job in very, very challenging conditions. Outstanding work. And it's okay to just give yourself a pardon, give yourself a break and say, it's okay. I'm innocent. I didn't know. I didn't know that things were going to be this tough. But it's okay. I can handle it, and I'm handling it. I'm actually doing the best I can. And in my naivety, in my innocence, in my desire to grow and maximize and make the best of my talents and assets and gifts and resources, I'm not going to take this stuff personally. My feeling here for you, Precious, is to, let's just say, get on the same page here with Tarot Illumination and just like have a big group hug. Like, honestly, right now, Precious could really do with a massive Tarot Illumination group hug, like a Tarot Illumination Love Tribe group hug thing, to let her know that she's already cool. She's already doing the best she can in extremely challenging conditions, and that she is loved, and she is deeply loving, even though it might not be obvious right now. Like, because everyone else has their Saturn and Capricorn challenges too. Yes, this might be heavy to carry, it might be breaking, but there is a lot of love here. That's not what's in question. The only question is like what you're not feeling for yourself, but it's out there. It's like there's this little two of cups. Like the kids that depend on you, they deeply, deeply, deeply love you. It's just that there's only so much they can do about it. So my suggestion here, my feeling here is this is a really good opportunity for a massive, massive, like really squeezy, compassionate, oozy, gooey group love hug for Precious, because she really needs it right now. She needs to know that she is loved and that she is doing the best that she can in very challenging conditions. Okay? So thank you very much. I'd like to see that on the screen. Okay? And it looks like you've already got it. It's already happening. You see? You see? You see? You see? You see? You see? It's an amazing thing, isn't it? To know that you are loving and then to know that you are loved. It's quantifiable. It's evidential. Okay? It's very, very important. All right, Precious. Thank you very much for letting me read for you. That's all I can handle. I think that's a perfect segue for winding up the show for tonight. It's been lovely. I know some of you, for it's very, very late, and some of you have to get up and go to work in the morning, and it's probably very, very cold in some places right now. So thank you very much for staying up so late with uh, Terra Illumination. We're just going to hang out together now, and I'm going to place another little, I have a lot more songs to play you, but they're not recorded yet. So over the next year through 2018, actually for the whole of the Saturn cycle, we're going to do everything we can to build Terra Illumination so that it can survive for a long time, so that it has value for you over the long time, and that Terra Illumination can keep going, because it's a lot of work, and sometimes I wonder whether I can keep going or not. Okay? So thank you so much. We're going to play a little bit of some music now. And I wanted to say thank you again, Moonlight, for showing up. Awesome. Awesome. After party with Fritali. Okay. I'm going to put on a little tune to hang out. Okay. Love is the one. This is like kind of like an anthem. This is almost like a Terra Illumination theme song. It's like an anthem. I'll just play that. Sometimes I play this at the beginning of the show. I'm going to play it right now. This is for you, Precious. Love is the word. Moving through the day, no accidents or lies. Giving thanks to heaven that I'm still alive. Blessing my enemies, blessing the ones I love. Praying for forgiveness, covering the damages I've done. Healing vibrations battle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole, casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonating inside us, love is the word. Now the day is done, and moon is on the rise. My trials and tribulations all bottled up inside. I summon the love as I reach up for the skies. I command all fear and shadows be gone before my eyes. The healing vibrations battle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole, casting out diseases by changing the word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Love is the word. Vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonate inside us, love is the word. Love is the word. Love is the word. Yeah, love is the word. Hey, everybody. I know there's a couple left here tonight. You've got a few people left in the room. Thank you all for visiting. It's been a pleasure to do this for you. Thank you for listening to the questions and all the crazy ideas I have for Tarot Illumination. I thank you for your feedback. If you're welcome to write into tarotlumination.com with your responses and feedback to those questions. You can see the questions if you go back and watch the video later. The questions were earlier in the show. So we'll see how it goes. It's still very early days yet for Tarot Illumination. We're not even going for a year yet, but we're going to be let's see, in a couple months it's going to be the anniversary for Tarot Illumination. So thank you all so much for being here. I love doing this for you guys, and we will do this again for sure. And if you need, like, for any kind of private consultation, just come to tarotlumination.com and watch the video and you can figure out how to do it, okay? So in the meantime, you take care of yourselves, love yourselves, be kind to yourselves, give yourself a chance to feel good, feel joyful and happy from the inside out, okay? And I'm just going to leave this rolling and scrolling for you, because I know some of you like to hang out and exchange information and things and chat and all of those good things. And yeah, please everybody subscribe, all of those things. I love it. It really helps the channel to grow. It's so important that the channel grows. I mean, it sounds crazy, but 10,000 sounds like a lot, but it's actually very, very tiny. To make Tarot Illumination viable for real, we need to get to the 40 to 50,000 mark. preferably as soon as possible, and even better to get to 100,000, because when we get to 100,000, then this becomes a fully sustainable enterprise that can serve you and without terralumination being depleted. Okay, so it's very important. We've got to keep the thing growing, but it is like a plant. It really depends very much on your continued support and your presence. So I'm just going to play the song again, and you can hang out and chat amongst yourselves, and I'll just be here. Thank you all so much. Sing the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sign the word, love the word, sing it out, sing the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, sing the word, feel the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sigh the word. Welcome, Liz. Thanks for visiting. Go ahead, That's funny, Delia. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, everybody. Thank you again. I don't know what to say. I love doing this for you guys. A lot of the times I don't know what I'm doing or how I'm doing this or why I'm doing this. All I know is that I feel that this is something that I have to do. And so I'm doing it. But I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of guidance. The guidance that I have, I know that I'm very deeply loved. I'm very deeply guided. I'm very deeply protected. But the thing is, I take it right out to the very fringes. And sometimes it gets really, really disorienting. Way out at the fringes where I hang out. And so it's just like, you guys are my family. And it's like, this is going to sound weird, but I know we don't see each other like directly, like, it's just that I have a brother and a sister, and I love them very much, and they love me very much, but they're very far away. They're thousands of miles away, and we very rarely get to see each other. And where I live and how I do what I do here, there's nobody on these frequencies. Like, the only way I can, like, the only way that I as a person can operate at my optimal self is through Terra Lumination, which takes us into this very bizarre phenomenon, this very extreme environment where we live now, where we're doing this. So I really love that you guys hang out here and give me the chance to hang out with you and do this stuff for you. And I just want to make it bigger and better, okay? I want to share this stuff with you. I want to share what I can, what I have with you. I feel like obscenely blessed with love. And my problem is that I don't know what to do with it. And it's when you guys receive that stuff, it's like validation. It's validation for me that you guys are ready, willing, and able to receive the healing power of love. And if you had any idea how hard that is for people, then you might understand my situation here. So please, I really, really appreciate you that you are open, ready, willing, and able to receive what I have to offer you. Okay? So thank you so much. Anyway, we'll figure out what to do next time. Thank you. Good night. I have to go now. Oh, God. Oh, I got to turn this off. Hold on. Oh.